a missing toddler is located. We spoke with the family and have a live report. PG&E power cuts are happening with a smaller number of customers affected. And the California City Police Chief retires from public service. This is 17 News at noon.
Good afternoon. Thanks for joining us. I'm Maddie Jansen. We will get to the latest on the public safety power shutoffs in just a moment. But first, some good news this afternoon. A 2-year-old boy missing overnight was just found safe about an hour ago. 17's Amber Frias is live at the scene where 2-year-old Jace went missing from in Oildale last night. She joins us with the latest. Amber.
A lot of emotions here. Everybody is very happy to have found baby Jace, and he is at Kern County Sheriff's deputy are telling us that he is on the way to hospital right now just to make sure that everything is okay, and his mom is there with him. But for now, I am joined by his sister, Chastity Fletcher. I'm sorry. So, Chastity, hi. This is also your little brother?
Yes.
So, you were there at the place that he was found.
Yes, I was.
It was 800 Roberts Lane, right?
Yeah, I think so.
And you were telling me it was some apartment complex?
It's like, there's an apartment complex right next to a donut shop, and it's like right behind it, so it's kind of hidden. And he was up in there.
Do you know what he could have been doing there?
Honestly, he might have just known someone that lived there, and he might have just been stopping by, but because there's so many reports out, he obviously was seen.
So you actually saw your little brother?
Yes.
Tell me a little bit. Describe to me what he was like.
He was like... He just had like a really straight face. He has a fever right now, and he just kind of he didn't really look like he wanted to play. He looked really tired and like really upset.
And you were telling me that he's usually outgoing and very outspoken, but it was a lot different.
Yeah, he usually he's like the one that makes he always wants to make you laugh. He always wants to make you laugh. He's always like wanting to show you toys or like make jokes, like pointing at cats and stuff. But he wasn't doing anything.
Okay, so we have some video of your mom when she first got the news that we're going to toss it to right now.
Is he okay? Oh my God. Oh my God. What, did they find him? Did they find Eric? Oh my God, they got him. It'll feel a lot better when I see him. Oh my God, you just never hear of a kid coming home okay. You just never hear. Oh my God. I feel like I'm gonna have a freaking heart attack. This community was so awesome. I really did not expect this much from everybody. And it's all because of everybody. It really is. I couldn't have... Oh my God, I don't know. I wish I could give everybody a big old freaking hug and a kiss.
Now, we just saw your mom's reaction, but let's talk a little bit about what you felt. What went through your mind the minute they called you and told you?
The minute they called me, at first, I didn't want to believe it because there's so many leads saying that they found him. Especially, we just went up in the riverbed saying that they found him, and they didn't. And so we were all just kind of like, are you sure? Like, is it serious? Like, are you serious? And the sheriff, the deputy said, yes, we are very serious. And so it was just kind of like relief, just in shock. I started crying.
Yeah, I mean, after 12 hours of searching.
16. It ended up being 16 hours.
All night and all morning. And you guys had a lot of help from the community and neighbors and some people who didn't even really know you but just heard about it on the news. What does that make you feel?
That goes to show, the community is a big thing. If you reach out, you're going to get help. And, I'm so thankful for that because we probably wouldn't have found him without it.
All right, well, thank you so much. And we are all very glad that this came to this very happy ending. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
All right, Maddie, we'll toss it back to you in the studio. We'll have more on this story tonight on your 17 News at 5. But for now, live from Bakersfield, Amber Frias, 17 News.
All right, thanks so much, Amber. Such amazing news to hear he was found safe. All right, on to those public safety power shutoffs now. PG&E says it has started those shutoffs for some 4,000 customers in Kern County. These shutoffs are due to high fire danger caused by winds, low humidity, and dry vegetation. The utility warned they were coming, and this morning they cut power at 10 a.m. Here's a map of the areas that PG&E says will be affected in this round of shutoffs here in Kern County. However, we've called some customers within those outage areas on this map, and not all are currently without power. Some of the neighborhoods we know to be affected are in the Tuscany and Solera neighborhoods in East Bakersfield, also parts of Arvin and Oildale. North High School has not been affected, nor have any other local schools. No word from PG&E on when power will be restored to those without it. And again, this is for the PG&E customers. Meantime, nearly 20,000 Kern County SoCal Edison customers are also on standby for a potential public safety power shutoff. SoCal Edison serves much of eastern Kern County, our desert and mountain communities. If you take a look at this map, you can see where the coverage is split between PG&E and Edison. Communities around Tehachapi, Lake Isabella, Fraser Park are in that potential shutoff zone. Here's the latest. SoCal Edison says it has restored power to all but 3 customers in Kern County after shutting them off to some 65 homes and businesses in Horse Canyon, north of Kernville, and Bird Spring Canyon yesterday. SoCal Edison this morning said it wants customers to be prepared because there could be little to no warning if they have to shut off power.
I would encourage folks to make sure you have batteries, to make sure you have fuel in your car, at least a half a tank. Bottled water, flashlights.
SoCal Edison will have a community resource center at the Kern River Valley Senior Center, 6405 Lake Isabella Boulevard tonight starting at 6:30. And SoCal experts will be talking about their wildfire mitigation efforts there. Now, here's some of the big concerns if the power goes out where you live. If traffic lights are down, approach all intersections and treat them like a 4-way stop. If ATMs are down, remember power will not be out across the entire city of Bakersfield, so you can likely drive to another bank and get cash. If you have an electric garage door, pull the release handle under the chain that operates the garage door. You can then open and close the door manually. Be sure to have batteries for flashlights at night. Freeze containers of water for ice to help keep food cold in your freezer, refrigerator, or coolers in case the power goes out. And if your normal water supply is contaminated or unavailable, the melting ice will also supply drinking water. Freeze refrigerated items such as leftovers, milk, and fresh meat and poultry that you may not need immediately, and that helps keep them at safe temperatures longer. Also, if you do lose power, unplug what you can so to avoid a power surge when lines are re-energized. Meantime, Cal Water says it has been preparing for these shutoffs and says customers should not be impacted. The water utility says additional generators are at facilities as backups. Extra crews are at water treatment facilities to make sure systems stay on. And there are already 2 community resource centers open for customers affected by the PG&E power shutoffs, one at Buck Owens Crystal Palace in Central Bakersfield, the other in Taft at 500 Cascade Place. They'll provide restrooms, bottled water, charging for your devices, and air conditioning. Both will be open until 6 p.m. Meantime, you can sign up to get alerts about public safety power shutoffs from PG&E. All you have to do to sign up is to text the word enroll to the number 97633. All right, so we are watching the winds to see what's going to happen with the fire danger and these shutoffs. How are they looking this afternoon, Kev?
Yeah, and just keep an eye on your alerts. And to be honest with you, I live in the Southwest at 93309. I signed up for the alerts yesterday, and I got an alert saying that my power may be turned off, even though I'm not on the map. So, again, just always be prepared. Outside, you can see clear skies. The winds have not been a problem yet for the valley, but you can see the winds are picking up into the Kern County mountains as advertised earlier this morning. And you can see we've got very strong winds over the Fraser Park area, spreading up through the Tehachapi area, and lighter winds into the Kern River Valley and east out in the desert near Mojave. So the strongest of the winds right now from Tehachapi, but most definitely over the Grapevine if you're headed that direction. 67 degrees in Bakersfield and no winds to talk about here. And here's a look at the temperatures today. We're expecting 70s, and then we'll see just an easterly wind right around 5 to 10 miles per hour. Right around 9 o'clock, we'll be looking at the mid-60s. For the mountains, Tehachapi 57. One thing to note here, this is very important. We got the humidity values. That's something we're watching carefully at 11%. That is extremely low with a dew point at 3. And then we've got the winds out of the southeast to 26. And that's why we've been talking about this last couple of days, the extreme fire danger because of the low humidity and the wind. 62 degrees by 3 o'clock this afternoon. We will slip back into the 40s by 9 o'clock and an easterly wind at 12. I'll have much more on this coming up in a few minutes, but first, back over to you.
All right, thanks, Kevin. PG&E equipment issues may have caused 9 wildfires this year, all of them in small northern and central California communities. That's according to new federal court documents. The Sacramento Bee reports one of the fires happened right here in Kern County. The so-called Bell Ridge fire sparked on May 30th and burned more than 50 acres. The San Francisco Chronicle reports PG&E says a wire connecting one of its power lines to a pole had a break in it. That caused the line to fall and sparked the fire. An inspector spotted the broken wire in February, but issued a notice that only called for a repair within a year, a timetable later approved by someone at PG&E, according to the company. No structures were destroyed in the fire. And now to some dramatic video of a trailer fire in Oildale this morning. It was fully engulfed as our 17 News cameras rolled. This was in the 800 block of Beardsley Avenue just after 9:30. Kern County firefighters arrived with 2 engines and got the fire out quickly. No word on a cause yet. Also, Kern County Fire says there are no reports of any injuries. After nearly 30 years of service, California City Police Chief Eric Hurtado has retired. Hurtado made the announcement in a last call ceremony yesterday evening at 5 o'clock. He broadcast a farewell message over the police radio frequency. For now, Sergeant Tim O'Quinn will serve as Cal City's interim chief of police. They're not even in junior high yet, but they're already running a successful business. Just ahead, meet the kids in the Midwest who want to sell you your next t-shirt. All right, we're back watching the winds, especially in our mountain communities. Kev, what am I driving home into this afternoon?
You are driving home into windy conditions because she lives out in the Tehachapi area. Here in Bakersfield, we have a calm wind right now. The wind's not a problem. We may see a little light breeze pick up throughout the afternoon for the valley, but it's really the mountains and the desert we're most concerned about this afternoon. You can see we've got 67 for Bakersfield right now, 68 in Alino, Taft at 69, and then 50s for Tehachapi and Frazier Park, 73 up at Lake Isabella. Overnight for us, we were at 51, 6 degrees off the normal, and our normal high today is 82. We won't be reaching that. 101, the record set back in 1991. We take you out near Wasco, clear skies, 68. Arvin, a nice afternoon, and 76. And then Golden Hills, the breeze, and 59 degrees. Skies remain clear. There is no change on that front for the next few days. And current temperatures right now, we've got 70 in the Bay Area, 67 in Fresno, and down to the south, 70, 75 in Los Angeles. And then daytime highs today will be near 80 in LA, 79 in Fresno, with 78 out of San Francisco. So let's talk about what's all happening for us. We've got a system that's moving off to the east, this cold front, but it's also kind of mixing with this ridge of high pressure. And when we see these two kind of battle it out, we get pressure gradients that tighten up, but also we're getting this offshore wind. That's really what's causing all the ruckus with the power outages and the power outage potential, because with these offshore winds, we get very low humidities, and also with those strong winds create a very high fire danger. And this is going to be in place through at least tomorrow evening. And that's why we have the wind advisory out there, because of these stronger winds for the Kern County area. Those are expected to expire later on tonight, but you can see the red flag warnings still in place to the north, to the south, and into our area. So the wind advisory is expected to die on out and cancel out by 5 o'clock this evening, but we're going to keep this fire weather warning in place for the Kern County mountains through 5 o'clock tomorrow night. So still, the fire danger is up there. Let's talk about the winds, and you can see those winds are going to continue to blow into the Kern County mountains throughout this evening. They start to relax some into the desert as we get into late tonight into tomorrow. But fire weather is going to continue to be very high because of the low humidity and the winds. And this model puts us all the way through tomorrow at noon, and you can see the fire danger still persists in the mountains. Air quality today will be moderate with an AQI at 73. We'll call for temperatures into the 70s, 78 in Bakersfield, 79 in Buttonwillow and Wasco, 76 in Maricopa. For the mountains and the Kern River Valley, those winds and gusts near 40 miles per hour, 65 in Frazier Park, 61 in Tehachapi, 70s for the Kern River Valley, 72 for Lake Isabella. And then for the desert, we're looking at the 60s and 70s. We'll look for those wind gusts near 40 as well. And your extended forecast tomorrow, 81, 82 on Saturday. Some clouds possibly on Sunday before we clear it out again early next week. And then for the mountains, we're going to be in the upper 60s, lower 70s as we approach that weekend. Some clouds on Sunday, and that'll be the same for the Kern River Valley, but 70s pretty much across the board. So really the headline today is going to be those mountain winds, low humidity values, and again, that creates the fire danger that we're seeing with the red flag warnings.
I did see a lot of that wind yesterday.
Yeah, well, you're going to see it when you get home today.
Okay, thanks, Kev.
Yep.
17 Health Watch now. You think you know where the dirtiest places in your house are? Well, you might be scrubbing the wrong spots. In today's Health Minute, Reed Binion directs your sponges to the germs you should be tackling.
There are germs lurking everywhere in our homes, from the kitchen to the bathroom. But what exactly should we be cleaning and how often? In the bathroom, don't just focus on scrubbing the toilet. It's actually cleaner than you think. According to microbiologist Charles Gerber, if you want to cut down on the bacteria in the rest of the room, make sure you close the lid before you flush. Fecal matter can get tossed several feet in the air, which means your toothbrush, makeup, and even towels could get hit. Speaking of towels, those moist cloths are the perfect place for bacteria like E. coli to grow. So make sure you wash them with hot water every 3 or 4 days, Gerber says. In the kitchen, those rags and sponges used to wipe down everything are perfect at collecting bacteria like E. coli and salmonella. Think you can just throw them in the microwave or dishwasher to clean? Think again. Your best bet is to just replace them weekly. And surprisingly, water reservoirs like the ones in your coffee machine are one of the germiest places in the kitchen, according to the National Safety Foundation. Check the owner's manual on how to clean it monthly. For today's Health Minute, I'm Reed Binion.
All right, we have an update now on those public safety power shutoffs. This update from SoCal Edison. That company now reporting some 5,369 customers are without power now. Those are homes and businesses in our local mountain communities as of about 11:45 this morning. Those areas include Bear Valley Springs and Stallion Springs. We're told Tehachapi is safe right now from those public safety power shutoffs. However, they have been on standby, and we'll keep tracking this for you and have much more coming up later on our newscast. Moving on, there's the founders, then the floater. Just a few descriptions of the 12-year-old masterminds behind a booming t-shirt brand. Their remarkable story next in your 17 Business Watch.
KGET Business Watch is brought to you by Grapevine MSP Technology Services, the Valley's leading IT service provider.
Welcome back in your 17 Business Watch, and stocks are up today after President Trump said he'll meet with Chinese Vice Premier Liu He on Friday, raising hopes the two countries could make progress on the trade front. And in response, stocks are climbing. The Dow up 140 points so far in trading, the Nasdaq up 41, the S&P 500 up 17. Meantime, checking oil prices. At last check, West Texas Intermediate benchmark crude was at $53.61 a barrel, and Midway Sunset Oil at $56.34 a barrel. Most 12-year-old boys spend their free time playing video games or sports with their friends, but not a group of 6 preteens in Missouri. They're putting their time and energy into creating an empire, a t-shirt empire. Zach Summers takes us inside their business headquarters, aka Mom's house.
When we first started this, I was like, this is basically just a play day.
They've been friends since pre-K. Now these 6th, 7th graders are the co-owners of Bold Apparel Company, an online t-shirt store based out of Kansas City.
After we kind of sold our first t-shirt, we were like, well, we can do this.
Andrew is who they call the floater. He helps where needed. There's Charlie and Dean, the original founders who head up inventory and finance. Colson, AJ, and Sam are in charge of social media, customer service, and marketing.
We have 2 lifer short sleeves.
The beginning of this young company started on the playground. Dean and Charlie sold acorns and rocks.
We kind of wanted to have like a business, but we didn't have actual money, so we used acorns.
Soccer, adult, large.
They recruited their other 4 friends and ultimately convinced their parents they were serious about starting an actual business.
I think their energy to keep it going is honestly a combination of encouragement and their own interest. That's a flat bill, Andrew.
I like a flat bill a lot. Holly Mihalovich is Charlie's mom and a mentor to the boys. They meet every Friday to go over logistics, branding, inventory, finances, and filling customers' orders.
It's so great to see them excel at something that's their own, that they've started and they feel proud of.
The 12-year-old boys work with a designer and screen printing company to make the shirts, but the ideas are all their own.
We've gotten to know each other's personalities and what they like and kind of what they want, and so we can work around that and just think of a compromise.
They hope to someday take their bold concept to other cities and states.
And maybe even other countries.
6 different kids with their own set of talents, proving anyone can be an entrepreneur if you stay the course.
You can't give up. If you're not selling anything, you just got to keep going.
Are these larges or extra larges?
And then it gets easier and easier as you go on.
Zach Summers reporting, some inspiring kids there. Well, they're getting set to hold their last Gatsby Gala. We're back with a special guest this afternoon to talk about Saturday's big dinner to help local foster youth. Welcome back, and we're back with your chance to take a step back in time to help Kern County's foster youth take a giant leap forward. Saturday night is the Bee's Knees dinner and dance featuring the La Follies and Big Bad and Swing by Chesterfield King. Joining us this afternoon, we have Janice Lagle and Josh Connor to tell us a little bit more about the big event. So Thank you guys for coming in. We appreciate it. You look fabulous.
Thanks for having us.
All right, so what is this event like?
This event is absolutely amazing. It's to get our community together to help the foster youth that we have in our county, and it's a lot of fun. We have raffles, we have auctions, we have dancing, we have food. It's a great time.
It is a great event. This year we have American General donated an exquisite blue sapphire and diamond pendant, so that's going to be raffled off. We have lots of vacation packages going to be raffled off, so we're excited. And as Josh said, the money stays right here in Kern County. One of the kids we heard, one of the success stories is one of them became an airline pilot. It was a girl, and she received money from the Partnership for Children and Families. So that's one of the ways the money's used.
And so exactly what does the partnership do for local foster kids?
So whenever there's a need that in a foster child's life that isn't covered by regular funds, they can get help through this method.
Because we know kids cost a lot of money, and that's just for the basic necessities. These kids deserve to have those extracurriculars as well.
Like driver's ed, which is a rite of passage for most kids. This is one of the things that goes to cover, so they can all have driver's ed.
Or computer and printer for college.
Right.
That's other stuff that we can use the funding for. So
very few tickets available if you want to come, and this is going to be the last of this gala. They're going to change things up next year,
or even if they want to
donate,
they can go to kernpartnership.com.
Okay, you can do that, and you can go to our website kget.com to get more information on the event. So thank you guys for coming in. We appreciate you.
Thank you for having us.
We'll be right back after this. Finally, here at noon, most women are rarely without one, hooked on their arms, perched on their shoulders, or clasped between their palms. Now it's time to celebrate the carry-all that keeps all of your necessities tucked away. It's National Handbag Day. Of course, they come in all shapes and sizes, colors and materials, and price tags. Many covet a haute couture name brand like Louis Vuitton or Chanel, while others prefer function over fashion. So whether yours is a purse, a clutch, a crossbody, a tote, or, hey, even a man bag, Kev.
I was going to say a man bag.
Celebrate them today.
People are probably thinking, well, doesn't Kevin usually start reading these? Yeah, but I had no clue what this was about.
You have a man bag, don't you?
No.
Oh, you don't? Okay,
No,
I thought you
I
did.
have a briefcase.
Oh, we'll call it a man bag.
Okay,
Maybe
man
we'll
bag.
get you a merce or
merce.
something like that. Thanks for joining us here at noon. See you back tonight at 5.
17 News, your local news leader, continues 24 hours a day on KGET.com and our 17 News app. In the spirit of the Golden Empire, 17 News.